never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another reason.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. I want to start out today's video by saying Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Enjoy this time with your friends and family. Let's talk about what's on the docket today in the world of sports. Of course, we know by now that we always have the NBA all day long on Christmas Day. It starts at noon Eastern time. We have the Bucks and the Knicks. That is the noon Eastern time game. I think the Knicks play at noon Eastern on Christmas Day every single year. That never changes. I recall them playing on Christmas Day at noon when I was in high school. Now, of course, that was only about 5 years ago, but I can remember that happening. Now, these two teams just played on Saturday, and the Bucks won by almost 20 points, and they pretty much led the entire game. The game, honestly, really, truly was never in doubt, never in question. The Knicks can score, but they have no answers for the Bucks' juggernaut of an offense. So unless the Bucks just have an awful shooting day, I don't see how the Knicks beat them. The Bucks' offense without Drew Holiday is so much better than it was before, but their defense is so much worse. Their defense is pitiful, but their offense is so good, they're going to be tough to beat. And the reason why I say their offense is better without Drew Holiday is because that's honestly, really, truly the only major change they made was they replaced Drew Holiday with Damian Lillard. Now, I don't think it's Drew Holiday's fault, though. When they had Mike Budenholzer as their coach, they would come down the court on offense and just look like they never had any game plan, never had anything drew up. It was get down the court, somehow, some way, get that ball in that cylinder. And that was their game plan. You'd watch them on offense, and they would stand still for 9 or 10 seconds and never move. Like the whole team was just waiting on Giannis to make a play. Well, now, they ain't got to do that. Now they've got Giannis along with Damian Lillard and a different coach. And Chris Middleton's finally back to his old self. And Bobby Portis has to be the 6th man of the year. So I don't see how the Knicks win this game unless the Bucks just have an awful shooting day. 2:30 Eastern time, we have the Warriors and the Nuggets. The Warriors have slowly gotten better on offense without Draymond Green. So we'll see what happens in this game. Then we have the two teams that hate each other the most, that used to be bitter rivals back in the day. Back in the 70s and 80s, they dominated the NBA with championships between them, and that was the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then 8 o'clock is the game that I personally think is going to be the best game of the day. And that is the Philadelphia 76ers against the Miami Heat. That's the 8 o'clock game. And Joel Embiid right now is just playing out of this world. If he continues playing the way he's playing right now, there's no way he doesn't win the MVP, because you can't put up the numbers he's putting up right now on a night in, night out basis and not win the MVP. Then the late game tonight, 10:30 Eastern Time, the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns. And then in the world of the NFL, 3 games today, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, we have the Raiders and the Chiefs. 4:30, the Giants and the Eagles. And 8:15 tonight, and Monday Night Football is a game that I personally think might be a preview of the Super Bowl this year. That is the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I mentioned this one day last week in a video, and it sounded like I was ranting on the NFL, and I guess I was in a way, but it wasn't anything I planned going into the video. It just happened when I was talking about Christmas Day. And I just don't like the fact that the NFL has to barge in NBA territory. We know, like I said to kick off the video, that the NBA plays all day long on Christmas Day, starting at noon Eastern, going till about 1 o'clock Eastern AM on the following morning. The NBA is on. Always has been. Christmas Day is the NBA's day. So it seems selfish to me for the NFL to barge in on the NBA. We know the NFL is the most popular sport. We know it's the most watched thing on TV. Has been for years. Nothing else is close. We know that. But why can't you let the NBA just have their one day? Why be that selfish? We know you put the NFL games on, and now they're going to beat the NBA in the ratings. But why do it? You can't let the NBA have one day. Now, maybe it won't be so bad next year on Christmas. But last year, of course, Christmas came on a Sunday. And then 2 years ago, it was on a Saturday. And the NBA is always on, of course. But the NFL, the last 3-4 weeks of the season, they play on Saturdays as well. So the last couple of years, Christmas has fallen on the same days that the NFL is on. But why not just play your regular 8:15 Eastern Monday night game? Why do you have to have the 1 o'clock game and the 4:30 game? You don't need that. Next year, Christmas comes on a Wednesday. If it comes next year and it's on a Wednesday and the NFL is still playing, then it's just getting beyond selfish, and there's no reason to be that selfish. The Giants-Eagles game should be good, only from a fan perspective, because the Eagles have lost 3 games in a row, and although I still think they're a pretty doggone good football team, they have looked pitiful the last 3 weeks. They lost all 3 games in different scenarios, and they lost them all 3 differently. But they've got fans now ready to jump off cliffs and think it's ready to, just fire everybody and bring in a whole new coach, a whole new offensive play caller, defense, everything. If they lose to the hapless Giants, these Eagle fans are going to be very entertaining the rest of the week and probably up until they win another football game. Homes for Our Troops is a publicly funded 501c nonprofit organization that builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Since the 2004 inception, nearly 90 cents of every dollar spent has gone directly to our program services for veterans. Visit at hfotusa.org. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. My 5-year-old son tried coffee for the first time today. It tastes like dirt. I told him it was just ground this morning. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.